Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and a doctoral student of psychology. Today, we are going to go over a topic that has been requested a lot regarding how to know that an avoidant misses you and they really miss you, right? And the reason why I think this is important is because avoidant individuals, those who are avoidantly attached, both fearful and dismissive, but typically when I'm talking about avoidance, they're fearful, leaning heavily dismissive. They're not very direct with their feelings, okay? It's not very obvious that they miss you. This can be in a context of if they're your ex, or if you guys are in a relationship and it's a long distance, or they're just on a business trip, right? Missing is an element in relationships that most everybody who's in a relationship will experience at some point. And I think that's why it's very important. A lot of my education, actually all of my education, is in mental health, psychology, and specifically my focus, at least with my line of work as a therapist, a lot of is attachment issues and relational issues. And so helping people get into healthy relationships or stay in relationships and make them healthy and satisfying brings me a lot of joy. So I like to help you guys, okay? But I'm not always able to make videos as structured as a lot of you guys want just because I'm a busy person. I make this in my free time. So I hope you guys can understand that. The first aspect that avoidant individuals show when they're missing somebody, this is more common if it's like a business trip or you guys are in a long-term relationship. And I see this so much with my couples, okay? They buy you something or bring you some sort of item when they're away from you to give to you when they return. Now, I know that sounds obvious that I guess it would be a loving gesture, but avoidant individuals don't really express themselves. They don't mean to not express themselves. They don't realize they're omitting something, but they think about you when you're away. So sometimes the way the miss can come across when an avoidant is really missing you or when they're longing for you is they might think, oh, when I come back, because they're longing to come back home, they might think when I come back, she might like this, or he's going to appreciate if I got this for him. Oh, or that's on sale. I know he likes that. Let me get that. And so it's not direct in their mind. It's indirect, but it's always lingering. I'm going to give an example. Well, I guess this is common that happens. Actually, recently I saw this. It's summer when I'm recording this, and a lot of individuals are going on vacation or like business trips if they're in sales, like they have a lot of events going on, or finance, whatever, or just any job, right? And so some of my patients, they are going on trips for a certain amount of time and they're coming back, or their partner's out of town. So like there's a lot of splitting in terms of couples are having times where they're going to miss each other, right? And a lot of times patients will bring something like kind of small. Like I had one patient, he had a trip and he was going out to the West Coast. Like California. Like I'm on the other side of the coast, so I'm the other coast. So he was going there for a trip, and it's far away. At least it's like 3 hours of time difference. And when he was on that trip, what he did was he brought her I don't even know how this worked. Like if he brought on a plane, I don't know how this worked, but he brought like a little bit of the California sand to her when he came back. And the entire trip, she was mentioning, well, when they came back and they had their session, she was saying like she didn't feel like he was communicating that well. He was very brief. Their FaceTime calls were like they promised they would FaceTime every night, but like he's been brief. He seemed tired. Every time they were on the phone, he was always occupied or busy. And she's like, he never said that he missed me. I didn't feel like he cared about me. And then he said, well, I thought about you the entire time. That's why I brought you the sand, because I wish that you were here. So I wanted to bring you a piece of like my adventures so that you can have it. But she didn't correlate that. She didn't realize that was him showing that he missed her. But that is very common. I had another patient where he bought her like a necklace where he went someplace, another state that she's never been to. And he brought her a necklace as like a souvenir. This is so common. And that is how they express they miss you, by like kind of giving you some sort of piece of what they were doing, or kind of reminding when you guys get together that you can have some piece of this trip together, even though you weren't there. So that's a sign that an avoidant misses you. It's going to be more common in relationships, obviously, but it's something important. The next one is they actually make effort to stay connected to you. This can even happen with an ex, unfortunately. Even if you guys are broken up, they still reach out to you, or they still act like somehow you guys are in a relationship, right? Or they still stay your friend. Or if it's long distance relationship, they always try to make an effort to stay connected by, let's say, messaging you before bed or asking you how your day was. Or if you're noticing it's a little bit more frequent than usual, they're probably really longing for you right now. Maybe get on the phone with them, right? If they're texting you a little bit more frequently or asking how your day is or detailing their day with you, they probably miss you a lot. They might not even recognize it right away. But if you're noticing those signs, maybe get on the phone or talk, whatever you guys can do. Or if you guys are exes and you're starting to notice this, you might want to maybe at one point, if you guys are trusting each other more, kind of introduce the topic of maybe getting back together or at least exploring that, right? Making an effort to stay emotionally connected. Most avoidants do that regardless of if you guys are in a relationship or not. I see that a lot. The next one is initiating contact. If it's an ex, you might see them send you some video on TikTok. I saw that literally today. One of my patients mentioned that he did that to one of his exes. And, we were processing what's the reason that you did that? Oh, I miss her so much. And I think the video was like two dogs, hugging or some sort of affectionate thing, but it's silly because it's two animals, something like that, whatever. But it was a lot of patients do that. They do it kind of indirectly, but they still initiate it, right? Without saying I miss you, which that's what they should do. That's what I prompt. But regardless, you're seeing initiation of contact of any sort. Now, if it's in a long-term relationship and it's a long distance, them initiating contact, how are you, good morning, or what are your plans today? And they're initiating that. Obviously, they miss you. They want to connect with you and they want to continue the relationship to stay bonded where it is, right? The next one, avoidants do this in general. It might not even be missing you. It just means they care about you and want to connect with you emotionally. But yes, it happens when they miss you. They share photos of what they've been doing, right? Maybe they have a vegetable garden. They show you the cucumbers are growing or the squash or whatever plants, tomatoes are becoming red, whatever it is. Or they show you, maybe they built a entertainment table or they fixed it and they sent you a picture of that. Or maybe, I don't know, they're playing cards with their friends and they show you how much chips they have on their table, whatever it is. So they're showing those things, even if there's no words, they're just connecting with you through photos. Avoidants do this so much. It is one of the most common ways that avoidantly attached individuals connect with their partner. It makes them feel like it's a safe way to connect. It's indirect, but it's also direct, whether you believe it or not, because they're showing you their inner world and they don't show that to a lot of people. So this is missing, longing, loving, connecting. A lot of avoidants do this if they care about you. They don't do this with people who are insignificant, okay? And the last one, which I think a lot of you guys, I'll split this last one up in a little bit, two pieces, okay? The first one is that they tell you they miss you, or if you ask them, they'll admit that they miss you. So one or the other, but yes, avoidants do this. Now, I understand not every avoidant individual, depending on the stage of the relationship you're in, is willing to truly express to you that they miss you, or they don't realize it. Sometimes it takes time, but typically if you guys are in a long distance relationship or you guys are in a relationship and it's a long time, maybe a business trip, even if they don't tell you they miss you, but if you ask them, do you miss me? They will say yes, right? Or sometimes what I hear more commonly, if they're still, struggling to express themselves, they might say, well, I'm really busy and it's not like I'm longing for you, or it's not like I'm sitting all day thinking about you. I got a lot of meetings, right? And so someone might say, okay, that sounds like they don't miss me, but actually they're trying to say, I do miss you, but I don't want you to expect that I'm longing and unable to function without you, right? And so typically if an avoidant says something like that, they put that barrier up. Just say, yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm not longing for you either. All I want to know is that you can feel my absence, right? That one is a lot easier for avoidance. Can you feel my absence? Or are you, going to be happy when you see me? Then that's a little easier for them to say yes. So that's a little bit of a side note. But if an avoidant tells you they miss you, obviously they miss you, okay? I hope this video is helpful. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.